this liberalism. And for example, like I have in this diagram here, it's like if you disagree with them, if you disagree with the narrative, then you ain't shit. That's pretty much how it goes. And this type of behavior and this type of mentality is literally raising. As I speak, we have a whole new generation of kids that are soon going to be full-grown adult narcissists. And they're going to fill the spectrum up. Matter of fact, I believe that by the time a lot of these children get older, if this country's still even in existence, that a lot of these kids are going to have a whole new spectrum to narcissism. That there's going to be a whole nother research that's going to be done where you're going to see even more different types of personality traits where they're going to have to come up with new terms on how to identify these narcissists, which really is the spiritual warfare with the dark principalities. You know what I mean? So this is what we're dealing with. And this is why I understand why it's so important to surround yourself with the type of people you want to be around. When you surround yourself around righteous, positive people, it is a matter of life and death these days because we live in a sugar-coated society. And what you believe in and what you say can literally get you locked up, can literally get you hurt, or can literally get you killed. And it's because people like this, because listen, I've said this before, and I learned this from the movie Revolver with Jason Statham and Andre 3000 is that, and Ray Liotta's in that movie too. If you haven't watched that movie, people, I got to do a breakdown on this called Revolver. Oh, phenomenal movie. But there's a quote that one of the characters says, I don't know if it was Ray Liotta or Andre 3000, but he said, the ego will fight to the very death to defend itself. And that's what this sugar-coated society is. That's what this picture is speaking. It's speaking like I'm right and you're wrong because you don't agree with what I believe in. Even though what I believe in is fucking bogus and bullshit and is straight bananas. Because you don't believe in it, I'm going to get a group of people to gaslight you because you're not in agreement with what we believe in. And this is a big problem in this country when it comes to skin complexion and when it comes to so-called race. Race creates nothing but division. There is no such thing as race. And this has been proven over and over and over again, but people are still stuck on that race shit. And it's that very race thing that people are stuck on that doesn't help them to evolve as spiritual beings having a physical experience. And the Most High is probably feeling this energy like in a way where it's just like they just don't learn. And I believe there is a separation going on. And I do believe that there is a 1/3 of the world's population slowly but surely separating from the 2/3 because a lot of the 2/3 are almost, and I'm not going to say impossible, but almost seems like there's no hope for them because they don't want to change. They don't even want to see the truth that's staring them right in the face because they rather conform to the group thought mentality. They rather conform to all of the institutions that have been set up to mislead them, and they want to pledge their allegiance to that instead of pledging their allegiance to the Most High. That's the big problem. And with that being said, I'm just going to take a brief intermission, something I haven't done in a while, and I just want to play a song. And this song is by Brother the Free, and it's called Stick It to the Man. And that's what we need to do, brothers and sisters. We need to stick it to the man, stick it to the man, because the man ain't shit. And we really need to pay heed to the messages that were given to us in scriptures to understand that it's about the Most High. And it's about living the example that the Messiah left for us and being one with that truth and living our daily lives with those understandings. And the only way we can get those understandings is by being rooted in the word of the Most High. And by taking those principles and living them out, man. It's let me tell you, you could do a lot more with love than hate. You could do a lot more being righteous because you're doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do than doing the wrong thing. So with that being said, let's take a quick intermission here. And I will be right back.
You are now tuned in to the network of awareness.
Stick it to the man, stick it to the man. Revolutionary, getting litty with the fan. Yeah, I be on my grizzy, getting busy for the plan. Ask me why I did it, yo, I did it cause I can't. Nothing gonna stop me, finna hit them till they can't take it anymore, they gon' give us all the man. Youth gon' rise up, stick it to the man. I'ma rage till I die, cause this is who I am. Get up out my way, I'm coming through with the squad. I could never lose cause I'm moving with God. Fight the power, Mr. Man, wanna ruin us all. But there's too many of us and we all true to the cause. Che Guevara in my starter, rage against the machine. Fight the power, take tomorrow back and wipe the slate clean. We ain't gon' cower to these cowards, we gon' stand for what's right. Get hype in this mug while we spreading the light. Where my soldiers at? Get it going, we gon' show them we ain't cheap. Yo, it's over, overthrow they ass. Let them know you mad, bring it to them right where they stay. Don't trip, take the chip, love wins at the end of the day. Stick it to the man, stick it to the man. Revolutionary, getting litty with the fan. Yeah, I be on my grizzy, getting busy for the plan. Ask me why I did it, yo, I did it cause I can't. Nothing gonna stop me, finna hit them till they can't take it anymore, they gon' give us all the man. Youth gon' rise up, stick it to the man. I'ma rage till I die, cause this is who I am. Fat cats eating while the rest of us starve. We can't have that, fed up, get ready for war. Can't have fast revolution doing the most. We won't go quiet, don't listen to us, you told. We done playing with you, it ain't a game, yo, we making history. Read baby, fuck the fame, I wanna change the system. Break your prison, got the key for the lock. Won't stop till we free and my people on top. On God, homie, is you really with us or what? You bout, make a decision, get busy living, so out for the real things. You are what you do, who are you? I'm definitely and I came to rule. Stick it to the man, stick it to the man. Youth gon' rise up, stick it to the man. Youth gon' rise up, stick it to the man. Youth gon' rise up, stick it to the man. Run up in the Senate, niggas, hush. Think you getting over on us, but you not. The system has been rigged, the government's been bought. The house don't represent us, it represents the ops. Stand with standing by, take the man right out. God damn it, we ain't having what you handing out. We want clean air, clean food, water. A future for our kids, bitch, this a new order. Tear down the wall, love is for all. Death to the man in the system we call freedom ain't free if you can't breathe. Real people stay woke, we ain't gon' sleep. Get it crackin' back in activism. A full clip, show them crackers we ain't having all that bullshit. The aristocracy is gonna share starting now. Stick it to the man, pull the trigger. Blah, stick it to the man. Stick it to the man. Stick.
All right. So I don't know what happened there, but I guess we were sticking it to the man a little too much with that song. So the man decided to put a little disruption into the song. So I'm gonna make sure that I take that out because I hate when stuff like that happens where the static, and brothers and sisters, I don't know where that static came from, but it is what it is. There's always somebody trying to interfere. Speaking of that, before I forget too, there's one thing I noticed is that my TikTok, to all my TikTok followers and Instagram followers, especially TikTok, because TikTok's been showing me a lot of love as far as the people on there with my content. So I greatly appreciate all the people that are consistently following me and all the followers I'm getting every day. We just hit over 5,000 likes. So that's a nice little thing because that means that the message is getting out there and people are receiving it well because they're liking it. And I appreciate it. But what I also realized just in the last couple of days of some of the shows that I put out, one thing that I was counseled on is that when you break up with a narc, they're still going to be spying on you. And I know that there's a couple of narcs spying on me. And the reason I know this is because, number one, I'm pretty sure that they got some fake accounts. But what was interesting, there was one particular audio clip. There was a visual that I put out in regards to the narcissism show that I did yesterday. And what's interesting is that there's literally one person that viewed it. There's been plenty of people. There's like 40 people that have viewed it. It's probably even more at this point. But what's interesting, it's only showing one person that viewed it. All the other people are on some type of discrete mode. So what that tells me is that I know for a fact now that I got some heavy duty trolling going on. But it's perfectly fine because at the end of the day, I'm still going to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? I can go to bed at night knowing that I did right by people, especially in that previous relationship that I was in. I did right by that woman. So she can't say shit about me. You know what I mean? Because anything she says is going to be a lie. And she's got to look at herself in the mirror. See, I don't have to worry about it because I know that my intentions were pure and that what I did was righteous. So I'm not worried about it. But what I noticed, and I thought it was quite comical, is the amount of trolling that I had going on both. And part of it makes me want to cancel my Instagram account because it's still affiliated with some of these, what they call flying monkeys in the narcissism world. This man's got a lot of flying monkeys flying around, trolling. And there's a part of me that just wants to cancel that account out, and just create a no Instagram. So I might do that because I don't want to deal with the ignorance, and not even that it's coming at me, but it's like I want to have no affiliation to the people that are dealing with these narcs and believe in their bullshit. Because unfortunately, we have a society that just runs with the bullshit based on skin complexion, based on certain allegiances, based on the propaganda that they believe in, that they get fed every single day. And as I was getting myself some water, and I overheard that that Adidas is going to be dropping Kanye West. And I'm like, I can't wait to see where this is all leading to, because I feel like this is a major distraction to keep us distracted from something else that's going on. Because if this was really a problem with these supposed anti-Semitic comments, I'm pretty sure that there would be a lot more damage done to this man. But I truly believe this is all opposition that's controlled opposition, baby. And if you don't know what controlled opposition is, just look at what Kanye West is doing and you'll get a clear understanding. Even people like Alex Jones, okay? Same thing. It's like they speak truth, but it's for a reason to make you be hopeful that these people are really about fight the power type of mentality when they're really not. They're really just agents. There's a lot of agents, you know what I'm saying? And my job is to just expose all the lies. That's what I do so that we can better understand this truth. Because a lot of us don't even know that we are being lied to. A lot of us think that, this is all normal, when in reality, nothing's ever been normal here. Not a damn thing. Why? This sugarcoat society is a prime example of it. It's like, you mean to tell me that if I say the F word, if I say the word, what's the word that you can't say? Faggot? Like if I say that word, I could go to jail? Really? But meanwhile, nobody can still go to jail for saying the N-word. You know what I mean? So it's a bunch of smoke and mirrors media along with a government that is pushing the Luciferian agenda within government policy. And it's this do without wilt mentality that is literally saturating the very fabric of society to where people are more engaged egoically in life now than ever before. People had a level of consciousness before when they saw shit being ratchet and funny and questionable. They questioned it. People held each other accountable. People held their governments accountable to a certain degree. But all of that's been thrown out the window now. Now there's no accountability. Now, matter of fact, instead of accountability, people want to point fingers and people want to create narratives in this sugarcoat society, because a lot of these people that are building narratives to create these lies about others, these people could be in your family, friends, associates, whatever. It's because it's coming from a deep sense of insecurity. And you'd be surprised how many people, especially in the United Shenanigans of America, are suffering from anxiety and from insecurity. I mean, it's insane. And that's why we have this sugar-coated society right now, where it's like you can't disagree with anybody that feels like they gotta go with the, with the corrupted narrative. You can't talk about the alphabet gang. You can't talk about your government. You can't talk about the food being completely unhealthy and here to destroy you. I mean, the list goes on and on. But the beautiful thing is that everything is being revealed. And no matter how much this Luciferian agenda may be gaining momentum, Satan already lost the war, people. That's all I'm saying. Already lost. Just don't conform to the sugar-coated society, because you're not going to be any different than this woman, this Karen that's pointing her finger. You know what I mean? I'm a tolerant liberal. And it's like, we have to be spiritual beings having a physical experience and living our lives in that manner and serving the Most High and being rooted in the word of the Most High Messiah, Christ, Yahweh. Like, that's what we have to be rooted in. Not in this bullshit, sugar-coated society that has fed us an American dream. But this whole entire time, we've just been living an American nightmare. Presently, that's what we're still in. We're in an American nightmare. And it's a nightmare that's getting scarier and scarier by the day, by the weeks, shit, by the hours. So brothers and sisters, like I said, I'm going to be on a show in a little bit at 8 p.m. I'm going to be on the Curiosity Chamber podcast if you want to tune in there. We're going to be on Instagram Live. So not only will I be on the show, but I'm going to have my Instagram Live doing like a duel where we're both going to talk and we'll have the cameras on us. So it should be cool. So I'm going to get myself prepared for that. And got to get me some food in the system too, get a little energy. And this was like, I didn't want to go too deep in the show. I just wanted to cover some basis on where we're going as a country, as a corporation, and the mentality of these people that are surrounding us, where it's sometimes overwhelming to be around these environments where it seems like, a lot of people are like this, because most of the time when you start to see the world as a whole, especially when it comes to this country, 2/3 of the population here has this liberal mindset now. And even the ones that don't, a lot of them are just so apathetic that because of their apathy, people like this get to run a fucking muck on people like me. And that's why I have to talk cryptically, but that's okay, because I know the strategy when it comes to war. I know the art of war. I've read Sun Tzu, so I know the art of war. And we play to win the war. You know what I mean? I'm a warrior ready to go to battle for the Most High. And that means living and speaking this truth and exposing the lies whenever we can. So I hope that this makes sense. And we're going to have a part 2 to the sugar-coated society. And we're going to go a little bit more in depth. But I wanted this just to be an introduction to this bullshit liberalism that's on a rise right now. And this whole feminine goddess energy and trying to literally make the woman become her own entity where she doesn't need the man. So there's a lot of fuckery going on these days. Just don't conform to the sugar-coated society, because if you do, you're not going to be no different than the person that's always passing judgment on somebody else that doesn't agree with them. So I want to thank you, brothers and sisters, for tuning in. I'm going to play some music to end the show. So I want to say peace, love, and light. When you live in the present, there's always an opportunity for a new beginning, and don't look for the light at the end of the tunnel, because the light is and always will be within you. So light up the tunnel and find your way through the darkness, brothers and sisters. This is all the information list saying, Rakatha, peace and blessings. And until we do it again tomorrow for Wisdom Wednesdays, peace, love, and light.
You are now tuned in to the network of awareness.